Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I'm the Couch Warrior, and you are watching the Caranthir Tower Reborn comprehensive walkthrough. This is the last episode in this iteration of the series, and I say iteration because I think there are going to be some additional updates for this mod coming up in the future. When those items come out, we may actually do additional addendums to this series to just cover any new content that might be added in the future, things like that. But for now, this is going to be the final episode of this walkthrough where we kind of cover sort of the final resolution to a lot of the things that we have been pursuing here, trying to build, trying to find, and sort of just kind of wrapping up our overall progression through this mod. So let's take a look. Since we're talking about progression, let's get a quick reminder of where we're at. Again, in the MCM menu, we have this nice kind of convenient interface that's going to allow us to kind of follow our progression. As you can see here, we did find all the memoirs, and that has been covered thoroughly in previous episodes. We are up to 89 total coins, which is great, and we have one more unique item to go, and then our final globe. So let's get started. I have taken some time, done some research, tried a few things to kind of make this episode more efficient, figured those things out in advance of this recording. Not all of it, but some of it. And we're going to walk through this. I'll share with you what I have learned, and then we are just going to play around with some of the cool features that we have available to us. So here we have, of course, Zatu, the mighty Zatu. And since we're up here in the mage's quarters already, let's wrap up this final globe situation. Now, if you remember, we have collected a number of globes, and I think there are a total of 9, I want to say. I didn't actually count them up, but I want to say it's 9. Let's check our progression one more time. Yeah, that's right. So we have successfully found a total of 9 snow globes. And the snow globes have been scattered all throughout the tower. Now, finding that final snow globe unlocks a secret snow globe. And that secret snow globe is located out here. All right. Wow, beautiful day. And there it is, right out in the open, but you kind of have to know to come up here and look for it. Let's take a look at that. And it's got a dragon inside. We will take that. So, now remember, if we look at our progression, okay, it shows us that we found the final globe. But we're going to go place that in our special snow globe display rack, which is going to be down in the lobby. All right. All right, but before we do that, we do have one other interesting thing here that I want to show you that we can wrap up since we're here in the mage's quarters. And that is the final unique item. We found a number of unique items along the way here, but there's a total of 6 and we're short 1. So we're going to take a look at the final item on our list, which is hidden very cleverly here in the mage's quarters. Now to find it, what you're going to want to do is proceed over this way. We're going to kind of hug the wall here, right? All right, so if you look here, unless you were actually mousing over this, you'd never know that it was there. It's extremely well hidden. We can open this container, and inside we have some unique items. We have Lucan's robes of coloration, and then some boots. And I think the boots are there to kind of complete the outfit, if you will. But if you look at this, I mean, this is just a great sort of hidden container. So if you're doing a role play, playing Caranthir Tower, it's, you know, you could put your own stuff in there and have it just be your own secret hiding place, which is very cool. From a role play perspective, I love that. So let's take a look at this. The robes of coloration are kind of interesting, and they're not unlike the robes that we found here in the mage's quarters in the wardrobe after we had kind of built out all the furniture. However, they function a little bit differently. So if we look at Lucan's robes of coloration, these robes change colors. All spells cost 20% less to cast, and magic resistance is increased by 30%. So let's put these on, kind of get a sense for how they look. Now, these robes are able to change color as well. The enchantment on these robes here and the other ones, the matching ones on these mannequins over here, are different, however. These are 75% magicka refresh bonus, and they change color. Lucan's robes, however, different enchantment and a slightly different mechanic, it seems, for actually getting them to change. So if we take a look here, now that we've got these on, we've got the Lucan's robes effect. If I select that, once I'm wearing the robes, then I can activate that. Greenish yellow color. I hit the power again, and it just cycles through, which is very cool. And they're really nice looking. I mean, really well done textures. I love how they look. And I'm just hitting that again. Then we get black. And I believe it's just 4 colors. So if we go again, we should go back to blue. Yep. All right. So you get some color options. That's cool. You get a nice enchantment on there. That is pretty cool as well. These robes function somewhat similarly. My experience with them has been that in order to change the color, I have had to unequip the color changing power and re-equip the color changing power between each transformation. But essentially, they work pretty much the same. You're going to cycle through 4 colors, and it's the same colors we saw here. The blue, the kind of greenish yellow, a black, and a red. So, very cool. Of course, these robes are more, kind of in that Solstheim, Telvanni style, which is very cool looking. Slightly different enchantment as well. All right, so that should be our last and final unique item. Let's double check our progression. Yeah, okay. Unique items found, 6 out of 6. Memoirs found, 6 out of 6. All snow globes found. We are short on Ayleid coins, but we are going to remedy that shortly, I'm hoping. And then we will see what kind of benefits or cool things come of that. All right, so to get started, tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to, I think, change back to our armor look. That's just Zatu's look, the mighty Zatu. Okay, so to start with, let's go to the alchemy lab. We do have some things to take care of in the lobby, however, too. All right. I wanted to stop off in the alchemy lab here because there is a sizable cache of Ayleid coins here. And I found them extraordinarily difficult to find. See that teeny, tiny, tiny chest right there down underwater? That strong box gave me a lot of trouble in finding that. So look at that. We're gonna take all that. All right, that's that's 10 Aliad coins right there. All right, so that, now that I think about it, that should almost wrap it up for us. We should be only 1 or 2 coins short, I believe, of all the coins that we need. This one gave me a lot of trouble, and I actually had to go to Dark Fox and try to get some hints. Most of the sizable rooms in the tower had some kind of strongbox with a larger quantity of items in it. And this was the only room where I just could not find the strongbox. I just couldn't find it. And I had really scoured this garden area, or thought I had, several times, and just overlooked that tiny little strongbox. I mean, it is really small, so it's easy to overlook. Wanted to point that out because that was something that I had struggled with quite a bit. Since we're here, I also want to make mention of a couple of important points. Okay. I believe that we have covered this kind of ingredient storage space, but in particular, the auto sort features of this mod related to potions. There have been a number of questions about that, and this is a question that I have answered in the comments of this series. People who are using the auto sort feature to sort potions and then are unable to find their potions. There is a problem with the original version of this mod, that the auto sort was having some issues, especially with potions, sorting potions in such a way that after you had done the auto sort, you couldn't find them. This problem has been fixed. There are 2 additional patches for Caranthir Tower Reborn, 1.1 and 1.2. You should load them both. That will take care of that and a number of other issues, relatively minor things. So generally, I always say, load the patches, but this is a particular case where definitely you're going to want to, for sure. Get the 1.1. So what you're going to do is download the main mod, download 1.1, download 1.2, and then you're going to merge those in if you're using Mod Organizer. That will take care of that problem for you, as well as probably a few other minor things. All right, going down the line to the forge. Okay, so we do have all of our followers at this point. We've got a Forge Master, we've got an Alchemist, we've got a Conjurer, and a Librarian. One thing to point out is that for performing certain things, performing certain actions, for doing certain construction projects, for finding certain coins and other sort of hidden items, you are going to, at some point, have to get all of these hirelings accounted for. There are simply some things in this mod that just will not be unlocked without having all of them present. All right, back in the lobby. Now, there's a lot of different things that we can do in here, but first, let's complete our snow globe collection. Okay. So we are going to add one more right here. Okay. Now, as you recall, these are not just collectibles. They are also creatures that we can conjure. And we can conjure these creatures up here. But before we experiment with that, I think the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to conjure this dragon. Fal Valhlock is, I guess, how I'd pronounce that. Fal Valhlock? Something like that. Transports us here, and that's where the final conjuration takes place. Now, we've got the dragon added. In addition to that, we've got this new power that has been added called Command. And if we use this, it's going to give us a number of different options. So we can call him back, we can command him to land on the tower, protect the tower, or we can get a ride. Let's command him to land on the tower. Follow him, see what he does. Well, very dark. All right, presumably he's gone up there and landed on the tower. Let's find out. Let's go visit. Now, this is a very cool feature, especially for those of you who are sort of averse to the idea of fast travel and stuff. You can actually, you know, use the dragon to do this, which I think is a very cool thing. It's a great alternative to fast travel. Hey, dog. All right. Now. Oh, yep, there he is. You can kind of see his head peeking out there. There we go. You can get a better shot of him this way. Now, the lighting is interesting. I wonder if he's being,
Good dog.
if he's being lit by light coming through the windows there. We can take a look. If we just kind of swoop up. We'll get a better look at his perch. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's light coming from this disc here. Look at him, man. How cool is that? Tell you what, man, nobody's gonna mess with your tower and you got a dragon hanging out. That is pretty awesome. Really, really cool. Alright. So, let's see. We're gonna take a dragon ride, but before we do that, let's do that in daylight, when I think it'll be more meaningful. All right, he's still up there. So let's go for a ride. See how he handles this. Where is he?
I am at your command.
There he is. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so let's see. What can I click on him? Oh. He took off. Is he gonna come back? Or just hang out? See if we can get him to land again. Ah. Yeah. E. There we go. Up we go. Awesome. Okay. Now, when riding a dragon, you can lock on to a nearby target and attack it with magic. You can also command the dragon to attack your target. Fast travel while riding a dragon by using your world map. For more detailed information, see the help section of the main menu. Alright. Now, I'm not entirely sure how much control we have over his flight pattern. Maybe not a lot.
There is no prey.
Alright. So when I attempted to lock on to a target, he told me there was no prey to be had. Let's try the fast travel. Alright, we'll go to the map. And where can we do a flyby? How about let's go to the middle of the tundra. See what happens. Very nice. So, can I lock on to a target now? Oh, 1 and 2 to switch targets. Now we locked onto a giant. Command the dragon to attack the target. I can do that. Or I can attack the target myself, which I would do, I suppose, by spell casting. So, what have I got? 2. Let's try it. See what happens.
Yes, Lori. Wagold. I will land at once.
Okay, I just commanded him to land, not attack. Okay, so I did that by pressing E. Now we're going to do a little dismount, and off he goes. See ya. Now I wonder if he'll hang out or what he'll do. You'll have to experiment with this, play around with it. There's certainly a lot of fun to be had here. So I could command him to go back and protect the tower. I imagine if I do the call back, he might land again, or I suppose ride, he might land again that way as well. Let's try that and see what happens. Jeez. Ah. Alright, so I just clicked E there. Get back on board. Alright. Let's head back to our tower. Yeah, let's see, where are we anyway? We're right here. Back to the tower. Okay.
Yes, Lori. Wagold. I will land at once.
Alright, I just hit E, and now he's looking for a suitable place to drop me off. I don't know how suitable this is, but I'll take it. I mean, it's reasonably close, right? What's this crap? Who are you?
Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors.
Did he just do that himself? No, I don't even have that mapped. That's what I need. Alright. Fight's over. Fight's over. All right. This is the first time I've seen a random encounter take place outside Caranthir Tower that wasn't an afflicted. So I'm getting a bit more variety now, which I think is a good thing. Before, it seemed to be almost exclusively afflicted, and that was all I would ever see. This is very different, so... And I'm going to take all of this gear... But, you know what? I don't want him just kind of milling around.
Never know when those storm dogs will charge. This is...
Alright, let's just have him protect the tower. This is absolutely my concern because I live here. Don't threaten me in my own home. Alright. So, that was very cool. The dragon... The whole dragon flight mechanic seems to work reasonably well. You don't have a lot of control over the dragon's flight path. He kind of flies, you know, in a radius around that spawn point. But once you're there, you can do a number of different things. You can command him to attack. You can attack yourself. You can land. You can call him back. Lots of cool things. So, all right. Let's offload some stuff here. All right. Sorted. Okay. Since we're up here, I think we can also offload the Alien coins that we collected. We still have those, did we not? Or did I dump those in here already? Oh yeah, I did. I dumped them in there already. We've got one Alien coin left to find. Okay, so we found the last unique item. Check. We found the last snow globe and took a dragon ride. Check. Now we are going to find the last Alien coin I have to find. Obviously, in this series, we have not seen the location of all 100 Alien coins. They've been things I've been sort of finding along the way. This one in particular I want to show you because I felt like it was one of the trickier ones to locate. So if you find yourself a coin short and haven't found the one down here in the vault, maybe try this out. Because this is another example of what we talked about earlier, where you have to do certain things to progress through and find items. It's not like all 100 coins are just laying around. You have to take some actions, build some things, do some stuff in order for certain things to show up. This is an example of that. And I found this one purely by accident. So here, this is gold storage. So makes sense that it would be in the vault. I've got a lot of septums here. So I'm going to store most of these. Okay. When I do that, it fills these barrels with gold. Okay. You can see there's plenty of room for more. But the tricky thing is, once you do that, we've got this last Alien coin sitting on top of this pile of septums. It's very easy to miss this one. This one is sinister. You know? So I wanted to show you that one because that was one that gave me some trouble, and I happened to find it just purely by accident. but I could see that a lot of people might miss that one. All right, so that completes Ayleid coins. We've got all the Ayleid coins. All right. Now, let's go back to the lobby, and we are going to take care of some really kind of interesting things in the lobby. We've got a few more things to do there. All right, back in the lobby. So, what else can we do here? Let's talk about these paintings. There's been some discussion, right? We had discussion in the past about how maybe this was glitched or there was a texture issue or I hadn't found something yet, but look at that. We've got a painting now of a dragon. So once the dragon is conjured and I see a completed painting of the dragon, it's like, okay, so the rest of these must be filled out by conjuring creatures. So I did a little bit of experimentation to try to figure out which creatures I need to conjure to fill in the remaining 3 paintings. So let's take a look at this. So by process of elimination, I was able to figure out that one of those is going to be the Wisp Mother. You're going to need 3 Wisp wrappings to conjure her. So let's do that. And again, the creatures that you're conjuring here don't go away. They're kind of like basically permanent companions until they die. There's nothing essential about them, so you know, it's not as if they're protected. They will die, but then they can always be conjured again. So there is... You really can't command them specifically. However, you can choose to have them not follow you by just clicking on them. All right. Now, when they're conjured in, they're following you by default. But if you just select them, hit the use key, they will wait in place. So you don't have a ton of control, but you can at least have them not follow you if you don't want them to. Okay, so conjuring her. Now we have a second completed painting. That is pretty awesome. Let's do another one. Now the other one here that creates a painting is the Ice Wraith. And this one's kind of interesting. It's a different looking Ice Wraith. It's kind of gray in color. It doesn't have the white sort of bluish hue that we see on Ice Wraiths typically. So this one's kind of special in that way. But we're still going to generate this thing using Ice Wraith teeth. Standard Ice Wraith teeth. Let's do that. And there you go. You can see the texture pop in. Now we've got another completed painting. All right. There he is. Look at him. Now if I select him, he's waiting now. He's not going to follow us. All right. And the last remaining painting is triggered by the Storm Atronach. Okay. So let's do that. At least I think it was a Storm Atronach. Watch the painting in the background. We'll see if it pops in or not. If I was right or wrong. Yeah. There we go. All right. Very good. We'll select him, so he's waiting as well. Now, one interesting thing to note here is, you can conjure as many of these as you want. And you can have as many of them follow you at a time as you want. You could technically conjure all of them and have the entire mob follow you. A few words of caution about that. The first is that these conjured creatures have no protection at all from friendly fire when it comes to each other. So what I have noticed is that in situations where one of the conjured creatures is hit by the spell effect of another, they will attack each other and they will fight to the death. So that's one thing to be aware of. The other thing to be aware of is if you have a lot of them following you and you decide to journey outside the tower, remember that the spawn location when you exit the tower is inside that tiny way shrine space. And if they're following you, they are all going to basically spawn inside that tiny room. You could end up stuck in there. So if you're going to take out a crowd of them, I recommend bringing them out in batches. So have a few of them follow you, take them out, and then come back in and get the rest in a second batch if you want to do that, just so you don't get stuck. The other thing that I noticed is that there seems to be some natural animosity between the Wisp Mother and the Magic Anomaly. And if you have these two conjured followers at the same time, they will attack each other no matter what. It doesn't matter. Even if there's no friendly fire, anything like that going on, they will attack each other, and one of them will die no matter what the situation. So just be aware of that also. So it's going to be impossible to go out with a group and have a Magic Anomaly and a Wisp Mother in the same group. It just won't work. At least it hasn't for me. They've always attacked one another just automatically by default. So, all right. So, for those of you out there who are completionists, and in this particular case, normally I don't consider myself to be like a rabid completionist, but in this particular case, I was interested in seeing every little nook and cranny and possible feature of this mod. This gets you the paintings. Our lobby now is essentially complete. The only thing that we could do really to add to the lobby is we could build out these trophies. And we have 4 trophy bases, and if we look at this, each trophy base is going to give us access to this menu of different ingredients required to create the trophy. So as you're out adventuring, you can gather these things up, come back here, drop them in. If you have this stuff in your inventory, you'll be able to create these interesting trophies. And we are going to create some of these a little bit later. But right now, we are going to proceed back up to the mage's quarters. All right. We're going to drop off our last remaining Ayleid coin and then see what that gets us. All right. Now, we don't have any conjured creatures following us, but we're getting some residual sound effects and visual effects, actually, which is kind of interesting. Not unpleasant. Okay. Okay. So, 99 coins. Let's grab our last remaining one here. And drop that in the box. Collecting all 100 Ayleid coins has attracted the attention of a well-known astrologer. You can recruit this wizard to become part of the tower by using your recruitment ledger. Once recruited, you can visit the astrologer for various services in the vault. All right. Understood. All right. So, let's acquire our astrologer. We're going to go back here, read the recruitment ledger. Now, these recruits don't cost us anything, but we do have to wait a certain period of time for them to show up. So here we can see these are all the recruits we've got so far, and Astrologer has been tacked on to the end of our list. So let's go ahead and recruit him, and he will arrive in 3 days. So we've got 3 days to wait before we're going to be able to visit with our Astrologer. this. Okay, Draugr male trophy. Let's put a sprig in here on the end. Yeah, how cool is that? Love the Spriggan. Okay, excuse me. Then on this end we're going to do a troll. We're not going to do this eating one, but I guess I kind of like the menace of this guy here. That is 1 troll skull and 1 troll fat. It's the same ingredients required for each one. You just get to kind of pick which pose you want, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, very cool. Love it. Okay, so the Draugr. Okay, so the Draugr, you can see it requires the ancient Nord boots, armor, gauntlets, and helm. The sword and the bone meal are easy to come by at any level. The ancient armor, however, I'm pretty sure that in order to have access to that, you've got to get most of the way through, or all of the way through, the companion's quest line, because then that stuff opens up as items that you can create at the Skyforge. So, pretty sure. But we've got what we need to do this. So, let's do that. Yeah, that's awesome. And then finally, we are going to put our Dwemer sphere here. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're missing the 1 gear, aren't we? So let's use our add item menu for this, since it's only 1 item. There we go. Very nice. There you have it. We are good to go. So we got all 4 trophies. These, I think, are my favorite ones of the options that we have available. Okay. Now, my guess is that our Astrologer is not here yet because not enough time has passed. So what we're going to do is go up to the mage's quarters. We're going to get rid of some of this extra junk that we're carrying. And then we'll wait whatever amount of time is required so we can have a look at the Astrologer. Okay, we now have our message indicating the arrival of the long-awaited Astrologer. So let's go see what we can see. Now, it said that the Astrologer was going to show up in the vault, so hopefully this is going to answer a lot of questions we've had about that particular space. Okay. Hey, look at that. Already we can see these fonts are now working. Activate replenish font health. All diseases cured. And presumably health restored. Very cool. Activate replenish font magicka. All diseases cured. Magicka replenished, I assume. Well, that's cool. Well, now we know how those work. So, the fonts working are obviously contingent on having the Astrologer available to us. Here we go. All right. now this once empty space is basically all kitted out now. So we've got an enchanting station, and it has all those proximity effects going on. There's a depleted Welkind stone. That's good. We can use that. There's another one. You can use that. So he may be out and about in another part of the tower right now. That's okay. Okay, we got the full alchemy table with alchemical brilliance as a proximity effect. Very cool. Okay. Well, now we know what this space is for. This vault space is reserved for our astrologer, which is very cool. So we need to wait for him to come back so we can interact with him. Let's just wait an hour and see if that brings him back. I don't know what his dinner hour is. Nope. Couple more. Hello. My guess is that he is... Oh, wait. Hey, look it. Someone's trying to get in here. There he is right there. Come on in. Hey. Welcome, old codger. I guess you are kind of old. Not as dumb as I look. Well, that's good to know. Okay. Do you not have a family?
My father died. My mother died. My sister died. My brother died. My aunt died. My uncle died. My friend died. My girlfriend died. My son died.
It's a lot of dying.
Come,
Hey.
I haven't got all day.
All right. May I use your equipment?
Of course.
Oh, okay. We can use him as a follower. That is pretty cool. What do you do down here anyway?
I'd explain my research, but you'd just be confused.
Really?
Make it quick.
So, yeah, having an extra follower is very cool. My guess is he's a mage type. Spare supplies.
Full stock of potions and alchemy reagents.
Okay, he's got potions, scrolls. This is a handy fella. He's got some ingredients, and I can't help but notice that the ingredients that he has here available are all things that you need for conjuring creatures in the lobby, which is very handy. Got some spell tomes and some soul gems. Very cool. What else? Now, let's see what he's got for sale.
They call this junk. Me? I call them treasures.
Okay, now we have more available. Some clothing, some enchanted items, which is great. Some really cool stuff here. So the spare items are things that you can basically take from him without necessarily paying for, I think. These are items that you can just flat out buy from him. And he does have 500 gold, so you could sell a fair amount of stuff back to him. I don't know how often that refreshes, but it is convenient to be able to make some money and offload gear at the same time, which is very cool. Very nice.
Until next.
And again, having the follower option is pretty cool. All right, go to bed. Get your beauty sleep. Maybe don't wake up crabby. All right. Well, friends, I want to thank you very much for tagging along with me on this little journey through Caranthir Tower Reborn. This is a truly magnificent mod, and I highly encourage you not only to try it out, but to incorporate it in some kind of meaningful way into your next Skyrim playthrough. There are so many opportunities here just for really interesting and unique experiences and complete integration into a sort of deep character role play. So there's so many opportunities, so many nice little hooks, and it is really a terrific mod for just about any character. I can definitely see a warrior character, being drawn to this tower. Certainly a mage, priestly type of characters, possibly even a thief. I can definitely see ways that pretty much any type of character could be easily incorporated into this mod. And given how this mod is constructed, I think despite the fact that you do have to have sort of an entry level for your character of 20, that those levels leading up to level 20, I think, could very easily be sort of the preamble for building a character that is, quote unquote, not only level qualified to build the tower, but also predisposed in terms of personality or responsibility or just kind of general world outlook to be interested in building a tower like that, and hooking that into a role play concept or a larger story concept, I think is a really interesting proposition, and I think it could be done in any number of different ways. So I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart Dark Fox 127 for giving me the opportunity to do this. It has been really fun and enjoyable, and I look forward to all the new and kind of interesting mod projects that we are going to see from Dark Fox. He has given me some hints as to what he might be up to next, and it all sounds very exciting. So I think we have a lot more to look forward to, not only from Dark Fox, but from Skyrim in general.